Yeah, keep going, Nick.
Today we're going to be diving into the stern stem repair, which Rowan has been working on in the background while the rest of us have been forward doing all the planking and framing that's been taking place. Stem repairs isn't something that you see very often, so I look forward to this video and sharing the process of all the work that Rowan's been up to. But first we're going to pick up where we left off in episode 29, sistering in new frames next to the old ones in the aft third of the hull. My name's Nicholas, and I live aboard a 103-year-old historic wooden boat, Argonaut II, and I'm on a mission to build community around this boat to help out with an ongoing restoration and preservation of its history. It is bonus frame day 3 at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm off to start the steam box to get the frames all heated up by the time the crew arrives. And we have 23 frames to put in today. The steam box comes to temperature at around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and we heat the frames up for about an hour per inch, so in this case it's 2 hours for 2-inch thick white oak frames. In the previous framing video, we stopped at the aft third of the boat because originally we needed to keep these planks on in order to project out the planks onto the stern stem so that Rowan could transfer the information of where the planks come into the stem and put it onto the template. Before we get to Rowan's stern stem repair, we will pick up from episode 29 by installing the remaining 21 frames into the aft quarter of the boat.
All right, whoa. You want to go forward. Forward? Forward.
The new frames are driven in next to the old frames.
Oh, nice. Okay, forward. Yeah.
And Al uses a crowbar to make small adjustments to help direct where the frame is driven, while Jay and Maxwell use a post driver to drive the frames home.
Good. Hey, can we come down now?
Okay, hang on.
Once in place, we use a carriage bolt to secure the frame to a structural piece called a stringer, and by being inside, I could help direct where to drill the pilot hole and secure the carriage bolt to the frame.
Get it one more time.
Do you either have a longer socket?
Oh.
It's like protruding through about 2 inches.
Oh, 2 inches?
Unless you have a shorter carriage bolt.
Shorter one. How much is sticking out?
2 inches.
2 inches.
Al meant to say sorry. Got her.
And then the socket's the wrong size for the nut.
Oh.
A lot of problems over on this side of the boat. I can stick it through here. Can you see it?
Nice.
Oh,
Sorry
man.
about the wrong socket. Sorry's all around.
Sorry's all around.
Just wait till tomorrow. Apologetic Friday's coming.
Unapologetic Friday.
Coming at you.
Oh, got it. Thank you. All right, that's in.
All right.
Okay. Down. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Easy. Hey Morgan, can we come down with the basket?
You ready?
Oh, easy now.
Sorry. That good? Okay, I got you.
The frame forward, you see that bolt? The old frame.
Oh, forward.
Okay, can you go next to that bolt?
Just after that bolt?
After that bolt.
Okay.
That looks good.
All right. Woo! And 2 more, Nick.
2 more.
Okay.
Looks good, thanks. All right, we're in.
All right.
All right. Back off, buddy.
Back off. So while I was down here, I discovered the root of another problem in my steering assembly, which became loose over the summer, where I believe this block separated from the stringer, causing the cable to come loose, slowly wearing into the bulkhead and causing a whole bunch of sawdust.
Okay, Nick.
Yep.
Am I following the bolt orientation of the bolt forward?
Yeah, you can go high or low there.
Okay.
Looks good.
2 more.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, you're in.
Right. Back off, buddy. There you go.
What you see here is all the steam coming off of a fresh frame pulled from the steam box.
Okay, Nick, where am I going on this one?
All right, I think you want to go high and forward on the frame.
High and forward on the frame.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was perfect.
Channel stretch Armstrong.
Channel stretch Armstrong. That'd be a superpower for right now. We're in. I think I could do another bolt. That's good. That looks good. Got it. The job became harder as I moved after the fuel tank into the lazarette, where I had to crawl around and stretch into some awkward positions in order to get the carriage bolts through. There's a bolt high.
Okay.
And there's a crack low, so if you can kind of go in the middle. Oh. Shoot.
Do we not have it?
That went into the beam
Okay.
and the bolt. How further aft can you go?
What about lower?
All right, go as aft and down as you can.
Can you see the drill bit?
I see the drill bit. Oh, that's hard to get to. I have to do some turning around, I think.
That's it?
No, I'm just trying to move.
Oh.
Seeing it doesn't mean I can reach it, you guys. I'm getting really claustrophobic. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get there, you guys. I don't think I can reach this. I can almost touch it with my flashlight. Oh, I'm getting a Charlie horse.
It's stuck.
Oh, this is so close. Okay. Oh, I'm so close. I'm getting a little claustrophobic. All right, you know what? Oh, this is claustrophobic. Okay, hold on.
Spelunkus for amateurs.
Belongs for losers.
Excuse me, Maxwell.
Maxwell, get in there.
Yeah, I'll go in. Let me in. Let me in.
I'll go.
Wait, you want to go first?
After struggling for a while, I just had to get out of there. And then we sent in Morgan, who has some caving experience on her resume.
Dun, 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 dun,
Can you see it?
Yeah, can I have the ratchet?
You want the ratchet or the wrench? Did you get it on there?
Yes.
Oh, that pisses me off so much.
That's how it goes.
Nothing but a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, send the caver in. You're over there splunking around. Sending a spotter to do a fair job.
Oh, I think I got it.
As we got close to the end, it began to rain, and so we took a break for lunch.
A feast. We have rockfish fillet, pickled slaw, onions, cilantro, and my hands are clean because I was wearing gloves all day.
Boatyard clean.
Kind of funny. Right now it's 2-piece, but they are super. Is this yours?
Yeah.
We're commandeering it.
Dude, we should cook in Miles' box while it's gone. I just think it's good.
Now let's revisit the repair on the stern stem, which also involves cutting into a rotten section of the horn timber, thankfully aft of the rudder post. The horn timber is a large piece of centerline that sits on top of the keel and supports the stern stem. Both pieces contain what is called a rabbet seam, which is cut into the material to accept the hood ends of the planks as they bend inwards and upwards to fit the canoe shape of the stern. Rowan's first going to take a scarf cut, and the repair he's going to make is putting in a scarf a little bit bigger than the piece that he's cutting out, and the stern stem, made out of the Port Orford Cedar, will sit on top of that. To secure it all together, because we're creating a weak point in the assembly with the scarf cut, he's going to put 2 knees. One is going to be parallel with the horn timber, and the other knee is going to be a large piece of wood, also made of Purpleheart, that's going to go up behind the stern stem, through bolted here and here.
It's kind of a scary moment, huh?
Yeah.
No, chip it out and try and keep all these planks intact. Look at all that. That looks like topside seam compound. Sounds great. Sounds nice and solid.
Terrifying.
That's a big piece missing now.
As the next step, Rowan creates a plywood template aligned with the center line of the boat. He will then take the bevels off the hood ends of the planks and transcribe that information onto the template. Let's take a moment to talk about Port Townsend, which is a picturesque and architecturally beautiful town that is frozen in time. Port Townsend was a boom town in the late 1800s, but when the railroad failed to make it to the peninsula, investment came to a halt. And what is left over is these old brick storefronts and these beautiful Victorian homes. I want to introduce you to some caretakers who are taking on their own Argonaut II, maintaining a 140-year-old Victorian home and sharing it with the public through community events and overnight stays.
I'm Jenya Levy, and this is Joseph Levy, and we are the proprietors of the Adams Pragge House in Port Townsend, Washington. We are a Victorian bed and breakfast built in 1889.
As a guest, you would have access to this room here, our parlor, as well as our dining room and the amenities that we have there. We have 3 guest suites on the 2nd floor. Each has its own ensuite bathroom.
The Adams Pragge House loves to decorate for the holidays.
Some of you know that I enjoy throwing an annual holiday cookie party, which didn't happen this year due to the timing of the haul out. However, I spoke about the idea at one of Jenya and Joseph's community events.
Then you said, hey, we do this cookie party every year.
And I said, yes.
And they were gracious enough to host a post-holiday cookie party, which ended up being a very special event.
Citrus sugar cookies.
I made gochujang caramel cookies. Those are these right here. So it has a little swirl of gochujang in it, which is a fermented chili paste. We made these on our boat. These are wood-fired snickerdoodle cookies. Wood-fired because our oven is a wood stove with a little pocket on the side, but we made the fire with all Sitka spruce from the scraps of the masts we're building.
I brought cookies that my girlfriend made. Chocolate and I think there's fennel in here.
This is the enhanced family recipe. They're oatmeal, walnut, cacao nibs, and dried cherries. And the most important ingredient is there's 15 dozen of them.
We serve a 3-course gourmet breakfast in the morning. It's a single seating, so we have all of our guests together, some really good food and good locally roasted coffee.
While we were talking about the cookie exchange, Miles chirped in and expressed that he's always wanted to do that, but with cereal. And so the following day, Argonaut provided the milk, and we all showed up with our favorite childhood box of cereal for my first ever cereal swap. What do you choose? Cocoa Puffs. Too early to film?
Too early to what?
Film?
Never with this face. Gotta have my pops, y'all. Next sponsor is the Kellogg Corporation.
Honeyos. It's got good things in the middle.
Fruit nuts and wait for it. So we have here our horn timber chunk. You can see here's my joint. This chunk is going away. My rabbit line here. This is the attitude of the planking coming into this rabbit here. The outside of the planks will land right on this line here. I started with this line. I pulled this information off the boat on my pattern. And the way that I'm now getting my back rabbit line is I have my planking scale. This is the same thickness as the planking stock on the starboard side. And what I do is I grab my bevel, I set up my bevel on my bevel gauge and mark it on here. And then I measure the length of this line here from edge to edge. I now can lay out my back rabbit off of that measurement, projecting out the bevel to the plank thickness. When I go to chop the rabbit out, I'm just gonna cut little pockets at each of my bevel marks. And so I'll start by cutting right off the back rabbit line. And when the top edge of my chisel has met my rabbit line, I know I've gone deep enough. And so I'll cut a pocket at each of these stations, and then I can connect all the pockets and get a nice, fair rolling bevel rabbit. And the beautiful thing about Purpleheart is it loves to be carved across the grain. It tends to have grain that looks like that. So if you try to follow it, it just tears. Unless you have the world's sharpest chisel. But going across it is actually pretty nice.
Okay.
Obviously it needs to get adjusted a little bit, but we got that shape pretty nice.
And while Rowan was making progress with the horn timber scarf, Patty was working on an aft deck repair.
We're making a new section of aft deck covering board on Argonaut II. It was very rough, yeah. It was a project that evolved from putting a graving piece onto it to it being a new piece entirely. Basically just tore out the old piece and I'm making a super accurate pattern so that I can cut a new piece of wood out and insert it into this weird little spot with existing boat all around it. First step was I made some new blocking here and here, and that's just gonna give it a better place to land because we want to be able to fasten it down so that we can cork underneath it. It'll be corked from top and bottom, but there's a corking bevel on all these planks all around here, which is nice for me because I can just cut my edge square and then we'll cork this. So we talked about why use slotted screws earlier, and here's a good example of one of the reasons is because I can do this where I'm chiseling out the slot of a screw that was put in there before I was born. Look at that. Just slide in there. Oh, that's the kind of stuff that you like to see. Well, how's that look? Neat.
Delicate process. Finding the perfect thumb for every fastening hole.
So here I have all the covers for the port lights, which have been painted over the years. While we have them off, I'll take the opportunity to clean them up just to have a little bit more pop on the finish work, which I think will be pretty cool. It will unbalance the boat, so the starboard side is still painted over. We can decide later if we want to pull off these plates and clean them up on that side too, but for now, I think the boat will look a lot better with clean port light covers. With the Purpleheart horn timber scarf dry fit to the centerline, Rowan then began templating the stem stern, which will be cut out of a large block of Port Orford Cedar that Morgan and I picked up in Southern Oregon in the last episode.
It feels like cutting butter after the Purpleheart.
He patterned and cut the rolling bevel into the stem using chisels, the same way that he did with the scarf.
This is the covering board, and it was originally at an angle like that. So I just squared it up. We're gonna cut it back a little bit. Same here, that's what I'm doing right now. You know, this will get corked here to the stem, and then we're just gonna run a nice bead of caulk around this. I put this guy in because we want the back of this stem piece to be a straight line. So from this point down to wherever it lands on this chunk needs to be a straight line.
He used a chainsaw to cut excess material off the back of the stem to help shape the taper of the stern. Hand chisels and a power plane to bring the piece a little bit closer to what the final product is going to look like. So at the end of the day, the fix is going to consist of 4 large pieces of timber with a scarf into the horn timber made out of Purpleheart, backed by a long knee that parallels the inside face of the horn timber. And then second, he's going to drop in this stern stem made out of the Port Orford Cedar piece, backed by another Purpleheart knee that both will bolt through into the stern section as well as into the horn timber and the knee, securing it to one solid piece of centerline.
I just drilled these 2 stopwaters. Kind of overkill to do both. I've seen people do either one or the other. Right now these are just undersized 1/4 inch. What I'll do is I'll bore these out to maybe 1/2 inch or 5/8, and then we'll hammer a softwood dowel in, like cedar, because it expands really well. And what that does is it expands and fills this gap so no water can creep into this joint and then follow it up into the boat. Think of it like corking. You know, it'll soak and expand and fill this gap so no water can make its way through the joint. There will be one right here and one right here.
Once the piece was set, Rowan used a tool called a seam rake to clean up the hood ends of the planks and to create a corking bevel into the rabbet seam.
The corker's friend. This hood end is not very happy.
What's another plank?
Yeah, at this point.
It was now time to fit the stern stem with the assistance of a forklift. Here Rowan is applying some boat sauce, which is a mix of turpentine and linseed oil to help the stem slide into place.
Come towards me. He's gonna dump some water.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Oh, that's a good shot.
It's gotta be a Rowan.
I know, Rowan.
You need me to pose?
Yeah, would ya?
Is that okay?
I'm gonna sit like the team.
There we go. That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Wait.
Hold it.
This side needs to come in.
Yeah, keep moving. Yeah.
We then secured a large clamp to help control the twist of the stem as it was driving down the rabbet.
There we go. Okay, now you, Nick.
It was everything that we could to try and get this stem in place until Rowan finally figured out what the problem was.
Oh, you know what? We're on the breast hook. The breast hook's holding it out. See, yeah, Al and I had long discussions about this. The most important thing is the straight line. The rabbit's swelling as it goes down. The breast hook's trying to push it aft.
We had to remove the piece once again.
Almost.
I can wiggle it from here. You're clear.
Thanks, Nick.
And then after debating what the potential solution could be, Rowan made a decision to instead cut out the port side covering board, which would then be repaired afterwards. The breast hook that was hanging us up was this piece here, which is a piece of Purpleheart that he mounted to maintain this straight line of the stem stern. This allows for a better joint up high, as well as a better joint between this knee made out of Purpleheart and this Port Orford Cedar stem. Now, because all of the planking on the port side has already been removed, the easiest fix was to remove that piece of covering board to allow us to actually put the stem in horizontally instead of driving it down and following the rabbet line that was carved out in the piece of material.
Well, in that case, I'll just lop it this way.
What's the bottom? I guess you don't need my smarts anymore.
Thanks so much, Bill.
Thanks, Bill, for helping.
I'm having a good time. Yeah, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. They always say.
All right, next.
As the next step, Rowan secured the first knee that is running parallel to the horn timber, and will secure the scarf into place.
So it's like putting Teflon tape, at least on lags. You need to wrap the cotton in the direction that the lag is spinning, otherwise it'll untwist itself. Some of my fondest memories are like trying to install something with Miles late at night, and we end up as tar babies. like we can't see anything. We know tar's on everything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is my shim because the joint wasn't perfectly tight, and I'm not gonna adjust it. So just slap that on there. We're good to go. This stuff was unobtainable for a couple years because their factory burned to the ground. It's like hemp or cotton fiber infused with tar. And for a while, like we thought this was the last of the Irish felt we were ever gonna see. Okay, there it is.
It's like a gangplank. You do beach landings like this. We should just keep it this way.
Put a hinge on it.
Yeah. As a final step, Rowan needed to put a last bolt that goes to the top of the stem and into a supporting structure called the breast hook with some back blocking, requiring him to drill through 24 inches of material. And to be able to secure it, he had to make a custom bolt that was long enough to get through all this material in one go. At this point, Rowan needed a longer drill bit to get through the 24 inches of material in the breast hook, and so he welded the auger onto a longer piece of material. Rowan still has one more knee to put in behind the stem, but because the rabbet seam is in, we can now resume planking on the port side as we finish buttoning up the boat. And in the following videos, we're going to be focusing on the guards, cleaning up the planking project, and looking at other small projects that have been going along in parallel to everything that's been done so far. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has been contributing to this project so far. It's because of you that we're actually able to keep this project going, and I look forward to picking up the momentum again in the coming weeks. If you'd like to contribute, I do have a Patreon that supports these videos. This has been a ton of fun so far, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you next time.